Hi everyone. Now I've been tying very rough flies, as you can see. These I call top dropper emerger type flies. This one here. Now I want to take it a stage further from this, without the horns. Actually, I'm going to be tying this one, this version of this fly. So what I've got here is a bubble of CDC, which will always support the fly and get it just nicely on the surface. So it's the next stage up from this. So if I was fishing, say 2 flies, and there are plenty of flies coming off, I would put this in the top, or the dropper, or if I was tapered leader, I'd put this in the point, and then I would tie off the bend of that. I'd put this nymph, or I would put a beaded nymph, depending on the distance and the depth I'm trying to find. But these work extremely well as a team, so especially at this time of year when you've got olives coming off, March browns. This works well for the March brown. So I'm basically going to the stage further. Other than then, obviously I've got my dry flies that you've seen me using. You've seen the dry flies I tie. Now I'm going to be using a yellow thread to tie this fly. It's going to use a uni, in this case 8/0 in yellow. Now I have waxed the thread. Hook choice, this is a favourite hook of mine. It's a Czech Nymph. It's obviously meant for nymphs, but it's very good. There is 2 that fully mildew. There's a heavyweight version of this, so you don't want that unless you want to fish deep and fish nymphs. You need the extra strength. But the strength in this hook's great. I'm quite happy to fish heavy flies with this hook as much. So anyway, but it's a very good emerger pattern, or for tying emerger patterns on. I mean, I tie lots of flies on it. It's a great. I even tie my dry flies on this hook. Certain, like especially the Dynamite Harry, I tie on this hook. So I'm going to show you how to tie. It's quite simple. Now there is a couple of versions. There's quite a few versions. I may tie the pheasant tail version. So like this is the merger with the rough body. I'll tie one with the pheasant tail. This is what the 2 I'm tying anyway. And then I say I'm tying them different colours. So tail, it's up to yourself whether you put a tail on it or not. I like a tail on it. I quite like to use a Coq de Leon fibre. Now the one I'm using for the tail, this is it's a fiery ginger. It's a Coq de Leon fibre from Whiting. This is a saddle feather. Now I like a tail on it. Don't be shy with using and quite a good half-dozen+ fibres on it, but you could put as many as you like. So the tail length, I'm going to tie it the way down, so I'm only wanting like maybe say the body length. So you imagine the body, there it's there, so I want that as a tail. It's easier sometimes to catch it in the way down, and keeping it on top, you just wind towards the back. So this just saves a wee bit of time. So I like to come underneath with a turn, pull towards the eye of the hook, and this will slightly open the fibre. You can see it there, that's fine. Then we can trim away the waste. Now the pheasant tail version I rib with, you can do with gold wire or copper wire. I like to use a copper wire. So this is just a small copper wire. Just catch this on, just a turn to hold it. For the body I'm using, this is a dyed olive pheasant tail. You can see the colour in the stem there I used. So we've got the olive, so that's for the body. So just come in with, there's a single turn holding the wire, come round with a turn and then slowly pull in the tips towards the tips of the fibre, and then we secure in your rib as well as your pheasant tail. Now the pheasant tail fibre is the weakest, so you wind that towards yourself. Especially if you wind your thread away, you bring it towards yourself. So bring this up until in line with the point of the hook, and then tie it off and come over it with a turn, and a turn on the hook, which locks that in. Do the same again and again. We can trim that away. Bring our rib up the same way we wind our thread, and it cross ribs the pheasant tail fibre, which keeps it nice and strong. And then secure your ribbon. You want your thread to be in line, bind and break away your wire, in line with your pointy hook. Now you want wax on your thread at this point. Now, I get asked a lot about quality CDC. Now, this is a company that sells basically really good CDC, Premier England Supplies. It's from Ireland. There's the email address there. This is the natural grey. It's €12.50. I'm not sure what that is in pounds. But they're all big feathers. I mean, these are the smaller size. There's tons of feather fibre on it. As you can see, they're kind of high quality. So I only need 2 feathers to form the bubble in this. So what I like to do is draw back sort of round about, I wouldn't say halfway up, but it's not far off. Just draw back some of the fibres and then draw. When you draw in these fibres to tighten it up to there. Keeping that tight. You've seen me tie bubble CDCs, it's much the same. And when I'm tying these emergers, I like to use these feathers, especially for patterns like this. Now you just pull that in. Now you've got to get, I don't know if you can see that, but see if you look there, this kind of, it's just like a recess inside. It's like the inside of a boat if you want to look at it in that way. That allows the bubble to get trapped and allows the fly to float much far better if you allow that to happen. Screw in the tips. Now I'm going to put, this is optional, but I'm going to put, I've got some dyed olive. This is grey partridge which I've dyed. It's just the same colour as the pheasant tail. Let me trim a V out. I've already tied a fly with it, so trim a V out. Gives me a right and a left fibre, which is start for it down either side of into the back of the hook. So it's either side of the body, go around 2 or 3 turns. Now just check to see where it's sitting, because you can obviously move it around. You'll see there, gives impression of the legs. I like to have the quite long, so don't, I mean you can make them short if you wish, but I like them reasonably long, so I like to see them. Trim away the excess. Again, a wee bit of wax, ensure they're secure. Now give yourself a good head length and a wee bit. Now for the thorax, it could be quite a few fibres you could use, hare's ear, mask, any natural type fibre. In this case what I've got in here is the dyed olive CDC fibre, as well as a wee bit of UV and some rabbit. Hare's mask is good as well. Fox squirrel, American fox squirrel is good. Just use a natural dub, you'll not go far wrong. Now you see where I am with a thread, it's a bit sissy, about a head and a half up. Give yourself plenty of room. And then you just work up. From a nice thorax with the dubbing. And then you work your way back through. It's much easier to work up and come back down like that. So as you see, I took some of the fibre away and draw it down. Keep that for the front. When you form the bubble, so what we do is, as you can see, I just pull that over, and I need some of the right and left fibres. So what I do is I just bring them down, take away the excess, pull it tight. You just grab these. You want to lift the fibres. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm lifting these fibres up, slip my fingers towards the back, forming the bubble within my fingers. 2 or 3 turns just to secure it. Check the width or the size. Now that's a good size. It's short. It gives a great emerger. You can see the body at the back. And you can go longer if you want. It's up to yourself. I mean, I don't want to take it off, but because that's sitting so well. But you can make the bubble bigger if you want. But for the merger, that's ideal, because the next stage is your dry fly. So then what you want to do is trim away. And then we'll just take this back. I just want to make sure there's wax on my thread. Now you could just tie off at this. But I like to put a wee bit of dubbing into the head. So I do, so go back to my dubbing. Just lightly dub it on. It's just something I've always done. I just feel it gives a very nymph-like, so basically you're floating your nymph. That's all you're doing by using the CDC. So you got a nymph pattern that does really well for you. You want it to float. Just add a bubble CDC or a CDC wing and it'll still work. So if it works below the surface, it'll work on the surface. And in this sort of subsurface, kind of like in the merger, like this. So you can see I put some varnish on my thread, quick finish. A wee hair there before I tighten up. Problem with doing the varnish, there you go. So maybe your thread. Now what I like to do here is just open out my bubble. So you imagine your nymph's below the bubble, you're floating your nymph. It's exactly what this is. The video is a good name for the video. That's the pheasant tail fibre. Just open the legs up so you can see everything, so they can get an idea of what I'm doing. You can brush out or pick out some of the dubbing if you wish with your dubbing needle, or you can use some Velcro. I'm quite happy the way that's sitting. So there you are. That's basically floating your nymph. And what you've got there is your pheasant tail version and your kind of dubbed bodied version, or your hairs there. So basically the same dubbings on the body, so you imagine doing that. It gives you two good flies, and then just get through the colour combinations that you're using, whether it be grey, olive, this type of colour, I mean dark brown, and then onto the, when you're tying caddis, because these are good when the caddis are coming off, good emerger patterns as well. I hope you enjoyed that, and again, thanks for watching.